Hey guys, welcome to another iteration of Buckman's Model Mania. Tonight I'll be working on the, wow, that camera's a little pointing up a little bit high. That's better. Tonight I'll be working on the X-Wing again. Enterprise wouldn't have that problem. The Enterprise has the problem of no parts done. DeAgostini, exactly, DeAgostini. So, like I was saying in the chat, and it says in the description that I got the wings to work right, and they were. It was a really simple fix. It was glue a bit of styrene where the micro switch on the tab that hits the micro switch, because what it is the board registers it a little bit late. It registers that it's there, but it doesn't stop unless it goes a certain amount, I guess. And the reason it registers that it's there is otherwise it would not reopen. Matter of fact, let me disconnect this. Apparently, I left it turned on last time and drained the batteries, but no. So it's back to where it's clicking, and I'm not taking it apart. It wasn't a hard thing to do. Let's see. Yeah, there is that. I did cancel it. And Shu, if you want to send me the parts, I'll put them onto my Enterprise. Yes, Chris, I broke it already. Matter of fact, before I go any further, let me say hello to everybody. Hey, Eric, Mark, Jalen, GB, Bot that went away. Let's see. Donnie. It looks like, yeah, that's Chris. Yes, Chris, I broke it already. And I think the glue just came undone. I don't know for sure if that little tab's on there, but it was said to put a 1 millimeter tab on there. It was like, with my micrometer, it was 0.87. So it doesn't work anymore. Hey, Dan, welcome. So I'm pressing forward. I'm not going to take the wing. It's not a hard thing to take the wings off, but to be able to do it, I have to take the motor out, take the wings off, all 4 of the wings. Then I can fix it and then put it all back together. Not going to do that. I'm going to open the wings, and if I ever decide to close the wings, then I will, stand there on the switch and hit the button and close it. Makes it easier anyway, because I've got to figure out how to put power into it as well for the Falcon 3D board. So other than that, things that are going on around the shop, and you can see the X-Wing actually right here. Let's see, let me move over a little bit. If you can see, yeah, you should be able to see it. There's parts of the model right there on my work desk. I'm not working this week. Somebody, we'll call him Chris, convinced me to get into this madness of a 5-day group build. End of the year, start to finish, start a brand new model and build it in 5 days. I'm in it. I'm on day 2. I'm not going to post. I'm posting some pics on Discord as I go, but I'm not going to post anything on the community until I get done. I might do a video afterwards, because there's a lot going on that plane. There's a lot of work. Hey, Mad Genius. But yeah, there's a lot going on. What I am building, if you probably couldn't tell from a distance, is this. It's 1/144th scale. I don't know how many parts there are. A ton. And some of them are really tiny and fragile. Does it say? It does not. But I'm having a blast with it. Never gotten into a speed build before. This is not my first, or this is my first. It will not be my last. Yeah, Chris, you hyped it up and said it sounded like a good idea, and I'm like, okay. And it is. It's a lot of fun. We've got, let's see, we got Chris. I think Shoes in it. Who all's in it, Chris? Oh man, you are absolutely right. But I'm not above getting up out of my chair. Kenny refuses to play. You're right, Mark. I forgot all about the hat. Kenny is not a believer. No, he's not. I know. It's not bad. It's, there's a lot of parts to it, but if you build it in stages, it goes together pretty quickly. Because landing gear went together as a single stage. A lot of parts to it, but I'm having a blast with it. Love the cockpit. And those are the main things I've gotten done so far. The wings are going together right now. They're glued. They're waiting for the glue to dry. So Chris, me, Eric, Shu, Kaylin, and Jalen. That's awesome. And Jalen actually started today. Didn't finish Boba's crotch. That just sounds terrible. So, let me go ahead and flip over to the bench camera, and we'll start working on the X-Wing. And I should always wear the goofy hat because it hides my ugly hair. Yes, that's exactly what it is. Next year it will be called the After Christmas Kenny Can't Hang Speed Build. Right now it has two names. It's the NDFY, or it's 2021 speed build, end of year speed build, and the other one is, here goes my PG rating, what the hell was I thinking? Speed build. Go ahead. Dare you to. Dare you to, Kenny. But you remember, it's not a good build unless you have issues. Which right now I'm painting the model. Kenny cajoled me into painting the model. But I'm painting it. The sad part is that it's only paint I have on hand for it is flat white. Where did my little knife go? By the way, guys, I picked up scalpels last week. One of them already snapped on the neck right there. I am not impressed. I have 200 blades and one handle. That's right, Kenny. It's not a build unless you paint him. Somebody said that to me. I like it. Kenny couldn't speed build a sandwich. This could be bad. Oh, there. Was looking for this wire because this is an extension wire for the landing gear downlock. Wait, Kenny? A white model that is supposed to be white when it's finished doesn't need painting either, but somebody convinced me that it did. Wonder who that was. Kenny. Start by removing the end brace next to the control board, which will improve access. Let me move these parts out of the way and see if I can figure out what they're trying to tell me. They're telling me to remove something. Oh, by the way, guys, I'm unplugging. I just had the X-Wing plugged into the power supply, which is why I need to plug them back in before Spence gets on and goes, "What happened to the boards?" Mine has to be painted. You have to show the troops how it's done. I am, actually. Cool. He's pre-colored. So is the plane. Okay, so let me hook that up and that. Crank it back up to 9 volts. And those of you who are new here, who haven't seen it before, which I don't know who that would be, what I just did was plug in the HobbyLink International board. There, that's what I can use for shadow. Two of my HobbyLink International boards that have been in work or been running almost continuously. One since May, the other one since July. And by the way, there's the decals for the speed build. That's not going to take very long. Okay, so let me throw some shadow on here. So you can see the two flashers, the FX01. And then, of course, there's the engine for the Klingon Bird of Prey. That is the, I believe, that's the disruptor, photon torpedo, push and hold, and it fires the disruptor. Momentary push, fires the torpedo. Great boards. Best guarantee in the business. 10-year guarantee on them. I could do that, Ron. I could do that, Don, but it makes too much sense. And I found there's what happened to the scalpel handle. I'm just going to yell at Amazon and see what happens. With Rockstar cams, that would be awesome. So let me look back at this. Let me move all the parts over here. These are X-Wing 08 screws. Where'd I put my, there's my screw box. By the way, if anybody ever says I'm organized, tell them they're lying. There is no such thing as organization. I just do it on the fly. And what's funny too with the scalpels, I have a tendency to grab it and I will hold it like this and try and cut something. And if you see, I'm trying to cut something with the back of the blade. Doesn't work very well. Okay. We get these screws into the box, which they're not playing nice right now. I was cutting something, Donnie. I was cutting something and it just snapped. And if you're on Discord, look earlier today. I snapped one supposedly stainless steel scalpel handle. There, let me see. You can actually see it literally snapped the handle. And I snapped one of the blades in half. No, I was literally cutting a part off of sprue, and it was not very thick sprue. Okay, so back to this. Start by removing the end brace next to the control board, which will improve access. It's held in by 2 locating pins, so you'll have to pry it gently. Why do I have a feeling? Oh, there it is. Okay, would have been nice if they'd have told me to do this a long time ago. So right here, there's a little board or a little plastic board here across it. That would be really, really nice if it was removed a long time ago, because it's very hard to get down to the plugs. There's that one side, that one side, and then I lost the board. There, that's the board they just had me pull off. So it says to store it close at hand so you can fix it, put it back on there after rewiring the board, because we didn't do all the wires in the first place. Oh, and by the way, guys, you can't see it, but the extension here, when I finally got it, when I got the extension for the wireless signal, for the infrared signal actually, I ended up breaking the socket. So hopefully it will not fall off. Let's see. You have never broken one. Well, I bought two because I know me. Yeah. A Swan Martin. How much are those things? I think they're kind of expensive. Didn't cut the sprue tree. I was cutting a part off of the sprue, literally at the part. I don't know. This ship, I love the size of this ship. So now let me find 19. No, sure 10. 10 is way down here. $16. Okay, so 10 is the nose landing gear weight on wheels, or weight switch. 18 for the blade handle. Might have to think about it. As it was, I bought two of the handles and 200 blades for $20, so I was going after the cheap blades. Take the landing gear lock extension cable number 10. So pull this, and again, it's down there far enough that it's going to pull the socket. Love how well the board for this is made. I literally pulled the socket off of the board. So let me see. There, got the socket board, or got the socket back off. Oh, I can't wait for that 1/48 Hawk. That is going to be awesome. It's going to fit right in well with my Eagles that I have. Then I'll have to build one or two of them. Okay, so that's got that socket back in there. Looks like it's right. I hope it's right. Put this back in the place of the other wire I just took out. And I apologize, guys, that this is all so far down in the model you can't see it really. You can just see my big hands. And then plug this back together. And what this switch is for is it's in the nose gear. Yeah. Kenny would build one. Yeah, I know. Kenny will build anything, pretty much anything. So what this little push button switch does is it goes into the nose gear, and when you put the landing gear on so that it's sitting on the landing gear, it'll depress it, and the wings will not open then. It's to keep the wings from doing exactly what mine do or the motor from doing exactly what mine does whenever I try and close it. It says run it parallel to the remote control. Antenna cable. It doesn't go anywhere right now. It's there. Take the power socket, feed it through the hole in the right-hand underside of the fuselage so it emerges as seen in step 9. So this power socket needs to go. Hang on. Okay. I thought, it was this motor falling out. I thought I might have heard the tab that I put in there. So the power socket is going to come down through this hole right here that my finger's on. Move this motor back into where it should be. Eventually they actually have me attach that motor to the X-Wing. feed it down here. Fortunately, the motors are pretty solid. And then pull it out through here. You know what? Because I had power running from the my power supply a little bit ago. Happen to have a plug right here. That's going to be a whole lot easier to pull that through with. So let me run it down here. See if I can manage to not knock shit over. Oops, there went my PG rating. Well, that doesn't work well. Socket's too big to go through that hole. So let me see if I can get that back down there. See if I can actually get it to come out. Maybe. That works. So what I did, guys, is I plugged in the... I'm out of screen. I just looked over. What I did was I got the power supply jack here to where I could actually plug it in and pull it out that way. Not a Star Wars fan, but you build a Cylon Raider any day. Battle Wars Traclactica has the best ships. Yes, they do. All right, so that's got that pulled through here. Take power socket, take the main switch and feed it through the hole in the left-hand underside of the fuselage. So it's got to come through the other side here. You know, it's interesting that when I look at this, I'm looking at it from the bottom of the ship the wrong way. Power socket belongs on the other side. So the power socket that I just pulled through the small hole belongs going through the bigger hole. I could say the whole thing, I make mistakes so you guys don't have to, but the truth is I make mistakes because I don't read very well. I'm not a smart man. So let's try this again. That one's out there. This one comes through all of this mess. I wonder if I can get it down and under some of it. Let's see, that is that one right there. And what I'm trying to do is pull it out so where it's not going to pull a whole bunch of wires down with it. Wires that don't have to go down there. And so this goes down on the left-hand side, which is my right because I'm facing the ship the wrong direction. So, put this back up. Now I have the power socket and the power switch right here. Since I believe these batteries are all dead and I don't need things going on, turning on and off and anything else right now, I'm going to take them all out. Take the droid motor assembly, make sure all the wires running across the area where it will fit are routed neatly out of the way, then fit the droid motor into its 3 mounting posts and press it down so it fits flush, and finally attach the droid motor assembly. has been just kind of flapping here for a while. That makes a lot of sense. The 2 wires that I just put down in there cross under the droid motor assembly. But let me make sure that one's here. They're both still sticking out of the ship. Let me look at the chat real quick. Gosh. Bud, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Phil from Sprueverse is going to start live streaming. The problem is now with all the live streaming going on, when will I get any building done? You build during the live stream. That's what you do. That's what I do. Screwdriver. Now I just realized something as I've been going on. I find this screwdriver. And I forgot to greet Bud correctly. Bud, welcome to the stream. Glad you made it. By the way, guys, can you tell I'm on leave? I'm not working right now until the 3rd. Let's see. Anything else? Yeah, I think Bud is the only one I forgot to give the shout out to in the hat. So, welcome, Bud. Glad you made it. So let me get. Oh, great! Grabbed a non-magnetic screwdriver. And this one actually is from the X-Wing. It's non-magnetic, which does not work really well in these builds. But I got this magnetic one here. Just slide this forward. I'm thinking that soon I'm going to have to rearrange everything because I'm going to have to build on the other table. One to my left. Because I have too much else going on this table, which means I have to move everything, all the video and all that stuff to the other monitor. Speaking of which, eventually, sometime in the near future, hopefully, I will be acquiring a monster of a monitor. It's flush. With these 3 holes, plug the wire, the droid, it's already in. Wire plug 16, I believe, is already in. Never unplugged it. They never told me to. 17. As far as I know, everything has a plug. Or has everything, yeah, 16 is plugged in. Finally, plug wire 17. 17 I saw was plugged in. Says to plug in the cockpit. It's not going to be plugged in there because it plugs into the Falcon 3D board. Feed the wire through the same hole as the bulkhead. So it would go through here. 9 and 10. Hang on. I see what they were saying now. They weren't really clear. These wires should be running through here. Of course, probably would help if I would read more. But, you know, it's just suggestions, not instructions. Pretty sure. Yeah, I can already see where it's going to end up. The wire number 16, I think it is, which is just hanging out for a while. It's nice they say to run this thing through run it through this bulkhead that it doesn't fit through. What I just did was disconnected the actual switch on the end so that I could get through there. Yeah, this part, number 16, socket 11, part 16 here goes on the droid motor assembly, so that the droid won't sit there and spin all the way around. Another micro switch, much better micro switch than the others, by the way. So you can refit brace. Okay. So now all these wires need to get pushed back down as much as possible, so that the part this brace I took off at the beginning of this can get plugged back in, if I can find it. There's the hole. Never realized that actually came off. I'd have taken it off a long time ago had I known that. So now all the wires are down underneath that brace. That completes the assembly for the control board. Okay, so this is about to go on here. Make sure which way it goes. Take rear fuselage support, line it up with the assembly this way around. I'm just looking because I've got, okay, it goes this way around. I've got to make sure that these wires come up somewhere where I can get to them. Because this board is not actually designed for the DeAgostini. It is a aftermarket for most any X-Wing, comes in multiple sizes. John Madden passed away. Wow. Back one focus. Okay. Did not know that John Madden passed away. I don't, and unfortunately, guys, I don't do a whole lot of, or listen or watch a whole lot of football. It's a holdover from spending 16 years of my Air Force, the first 16 years of my Air Force career overseas. So this goes on here somehow. Let's move these wires so we do not pinch them. Already had a moment with those before. Two small contact pins being pointed out. It's essential that you do not bend them. Okay, that's what's stopping me here. There are the pins for the droid. There we go. As soon as I got that in the right spot, make sure loose, 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 loose. So probably can't see them, but there's a pin here and here. That's where the droid's foot will go, touch, so that he lights up, or R2-D2. Holding the assembly together, turn it over and secure the top with X-wing with 4 screws indicated below. Okay. Well, I'm not going to turn it over. What I'm going to do is void my warranty again. Actually, let me see. One there, one there. I wonder, will it? No, see, that's the thing, is it doesn't sit on the top. So putting it up like that is going to hold it better in place. Is what done yet? This? No, it's not a speed build. Not a speed build, Chris. Okay. These holes are way, way down. Okay, that's one. I'm going to get the first 2 done, and then I will lift the ship up so you guys can see it. Yeah, where you been? This is the 3rd one tonight. Okay, that's tightened up. So, let me show you where those 4 points are. Let's see if I can get it. So there's a hole right there. Let me put the screwdriver in it. There's a hole right here. One identical over here. And then one right here. And identical over here. And you guys do not know how precarious this thing is holding it that way. So let me put the last 2 screws in, and that will pretty much pull the engine portion of the ship together for good. Who's been working on what for 10 years? I've been working on this for 10 years. Maybe 4. I just thought of something. That is probably not the best thing to do. Stand it up. Have it standing up on the engines and then tilt it at an angle and snap the engine off. Fortunately, I can lay it upside down like they originally said, because it is now the last screw, and I'm just tightening the last of the fuselage together. Okay, and I believe it's not. Testing the droid socket. Do I? I am not going to, because actually, guys, I have tested the droid socket before. It spins left and right. I'm not going to mess with it. Where are those parts? Okay. So these are the parts for where R2D, or the socket for where R2D2 will go. Let me see. By the way, here. A little bit of detail in there. Once R2D2 goes in there, he'll never come out, and so not needed detail. Let me turn this around so I can look at it the same direction as they show it in the book. I have not lost any screws. Well, I may have lost some screws to this, to the carpet monster on this. But I'm actually very proud of myself today, because I dropped a clear piece 3 times and found it every single time. So that slots in there like that. The other piece gets buried underneath an engine, so I can't find it. It will slot in there. So there's there's tabs on here, a couple tabs on here, the tabs on the bottom, or these tabs go into slots down here on the bottom. I might actually throw R2 in there and test it. Slide the panel down, take the nose section, has remote control antenna. Oh wait, did I miss something? Oh wow, that's funny. So yep, I mentioned it. I might have to earlier, guys, and now I definitely have to because I need room for the nose. And they just assume that you already put the switches back into the nose. So let me bring this over here. Move the decals. Move the decal water. This ship has got to get done because it's getting too big to fit in the shop. Okay, so let me grab the window and bring it over here so I can actually see you guys. Spin this around. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I've got goofies everywhere in the shop. As a matter of fact, got another one, but this guy is going back because he's supposed to be brand new and the box is all kinds of damaged. When I buy something brand new, I want something that's brand new. Okay. Where? I hope it's in the bottom of this box. Suddenly I'm supposed to have the nose of the ship, and I don't have it. The heck is it? I do have it. There's the nose of the ship. So in here, and I have to remember which one held which. Actually, that's a little bit more convenient when I don't have the skeleton on here. Yeah, just about. And goofies are hanging out in the shop. And well, apparently this one's drunk, but they helped me work on the ship. Okay, so which one of these went where? This is going to be the one that's in the land. No, this is the... Okay. And I'm sorry, I'm mumbling to myself, guys. So first things first, take these two black screws out. And yes, there's a rare earth magnet right here that would hold the landing gear in. I need to do something a little bit different than what I'm doing right now because I can't see Discord, or not Discord, I can't see, there, now I can see OBS and the chat. Goofy, yes, it's okay at faceplant. Okay, so I just took off the brace that goes across here, the securing port, just like there's one here. Here is where, damn, down boy. Here is where the antenna comes through the hull. Wouldn't that be awesome? I'm sitting here doing this, working on it, break the wing off. And actually, I don't know if you can see it. I can't bring it. Actually, yes, I can. Never mind. Mumbling to myself again, guys. I do that. So if you look at the back, you see how it's shaped kind of like a T? That socket's in here. Like that. This will then go back across the top, holding it in place. That's why, Bud, what I tend to do is I tend to read the chat and respond to it. Maybe not read it outright, but I, not so much because I know you're watching on the TV and can't see the chat, but more because it lets people know I'm actually paying attention. And what you can do, Bud, since you're chatting on your phone, you should be able to see the chat on your phone. I think that's a stripped out socket. So that is that switch back in place, protrudes from the belly right here. I'm going to take this one off as well. Take this H looking piece here. I'll show you when I take it off that it literally looks like an H. And I think the X-Wing will be staying on this table from now on when I work on it. So if you look, that is an H-shaped piece. And this push button switch I talked about earlier, that is to detect when the nose or when the landing gear is on. Let me see. I want to have the wire come out towards the rest of the ship. It's kind of funny because they had me put these in long time ago. You don't have to pay attention. I don't pay attention sometimes. Hey, Spence, welcome. Just a second. Yeah, it looks like a bracket-shaped piece as well. What didn't you know? I'm not starting again. Build this thing from scratch? No. So, just have to welcome Spence. Glad you made it. We still show Goofy as often as possible here. You missed it earlier, Spence, because the boards were unplugged, and so I thought you might panic, so I made sure to plug them back in before too long. So, back to the right camera. I was going to go to the my normal camera, but it's on the wrong table. Let's see. Doing YouTube research. 2-port to pay attention. Let's see. 2-port to pay attention. Bud searching through his phone for something. Spencinator. By the way, Kenny, you and Spence were late and you failed to kill the bot. I had to go after a bot all by myself. I was scared. Okay, slide the panel down, take the nose section. I see, that's why they want the nose section, fit the plugs back in. So I guess apparently every time I take this apart now, or every time I'm not working on the thing, I'm supposed to unplug these now from now on, which is really great because it's going to screw up the, it's going to end up screwing up the sockets because they're not the best sockets made. Sure, get that plugged in. Oh, and I'm not going to throw those batteries back in. So what I'm going to do, where'd I put it? Where'd I put it? There it is. I'm actually going to plug in using this socket, which means I've got to plug it in here. This is awkward, guys. Just to let you know. Plug that in there. Turn the switch to on. Bring this back down. Let's see what happens when you plug. No, not going to do it. Not going to plug the HLI board because the HLI boards use higher voltage than the X-Wing. Matter of fact, let me remember to take that down to about 6 volts. And Chris, I hate to tell you this, but there's no space loop on my live streams. Even worse than you're supposed to pay attention. Hey Gizmo, welcome to the stream. I believe you are a newcomer. And so, try and make sure I greet everybody to the stream when they show up correctly, Gizmo. So welcome to my stream. I appreciate you stopping by. Still looking for a 2-in-1 laptop. Can't find one. I did not know that. Today, if you plug R2 into the HLI board, he gets more speed. Goofy look. No, don't have that either. Sorry. Just thought, hey, you're welcome to stop in. I have a multitude. I think I'm up to about around 100 videos. Not a whole lot on the X-Wing. I just, build as I build part works as we go. So here's the R2 that fits in here. And so what they want me to do is unplug R2's foot, because R2's center foot here, which turns his head, comes off, and then you have a hex there, have a hex connector, I guess you'd call it. Let me see. R2 plugs in one way and one way only. The pins are on this side, so R2's will plug in like this. Probably have something. There's supposed to be something specific that. Let's see. I'm plugging him in backwards anyway. Is he going down? There we go. Okay. Camera auto focuses. Your other one. He does not beep. Your other camera autofocused, Kenny. It just didn't autofocus on anything you wanted it to autofocus on. It had a mind of its own. So now let me flip this up so where the sensor is up. I already, I believe, turned it on. Then I lost the remote control. There are too many moving pieces to this thing. There's the remote control. So let me make sure. Fudge. I have lost another wing. One of the blasters on this, and I think it's the same one as before. That blaster is now out, which really, really upsets me. Let's see, a little surprise tomorrow night on the stream. It'll show off the cat on the Ford. Okay, so you can see that the wings lit up, or the blasters are lit up. They don't flash, they're not fancy, they're just lit. So I may eventually go up, dig in here and replace this light again. Gizmo, HLI is Hobby Link Hill. Wait, did Bud say Hill? Should be HLI, not HIL. Hobby Link International. It is actually. He did actually put Hill. So R2 was going until he popped up. So he goes back and forth. And let me see if it will show up. No, it's not showing. His head lights up as well. So R2 is working the way he's supposed to. What? R2 is so cute? I agree. It says remove R2D2 and store him safely. Why? I don't want him to be safe. Unplug that. Let me pull him back out. Whoa, almost dropped him. Put his foot back on him. Put him back in the box over here. Put this back over. And at this point, actually, the way it's supposed to be set up, and I may see if I can see what I can do with it. Because my Falcon, the Falcon 3D board, it's just Falcon 3D board, is going to go inside the ship, has to go inside the ship. I just don't know yet where I'm going to run the wiring for the power. Probably I will find a way to run it back down, which means I'll have to take that back off. Yay. I'll probably find a way to run it back down through the bottom of the ship the way the other power is. Let me see. Let me get these plugged in. I'm just looking at how I'm going to have to run the power for the cockpit. Because the cockpit also has lighting for, better lighting actually, I think, for R2-D2. Instead of his little light that's in the head, it would be something down inside this socket. Something I'll have to work out how I'm going to do it. And this board should be, or can be, I don't know that I'm going to find a way to screw it down to the inside of the ship. To be honest, what I may just do is find a way to thread these, should be a way to thread these down past this motor assembly. Because I also got to get this cockpit board running here as well. Two of these lights will actually go into the bottom of the panels here. Let me go ahead and pull that off. They're not holding the lights in anyway. Let's see. Huh? Wait, I need to read the chat. I know it's not an HLI board. I had it before the HLI boards came out. And that's your only excuse is your English. That's a good excuse. Tomorrow Kenny is going topless. Tomorrow night he's got no, don't want to see Kenny topless. GB pulled back a message. I wonder. Bummer. Can't see it. If R2 was safe, what's he going to do to save it? Yeah, exactly, Spence. Gizmos from England, trying to take your crown. Why? Don't take my crown. Buzz US. Oh, he's trying to take my crown for naked modeling. Oh, or yeah. Not even Kelly wants to see you naked. That's awesome. Most of us are. GB's in the UK. Dan's in the UK, I believe. Oh man, 16 peeps and 2 likes. What the heck? Wow, I've got 16 viewers at one time. That's actually pretty impressive. Chris is saving his like. Can't like early in case the show sucks. There is that. Sound is shouldn't have gone lower. Might have been might have gone lower because I turned. Smash that like. Smash the like. Not got some cleanup. Did R2D2 back in 18. So Gizmo, here's if you look at my earlier streams on the Terminator, because I did R2D2 as well before I started streaming. On the Terminator, you're right, the hand quality is trash, but there is an aftermarket on there. But quit it for the Iron Man. So Iron X-Wing is back available because Bud's been looking for the X-Wing for a long time. But no, I was saying about the hand for the Terminator is that the Terminator's hand, there's an aftermarket from, I forget her actual name or her actual website, but Chloe and her crew did a mod to where, or you sell a mod to where you can actually use screws on both ends, and it actually works really well. Seems like all of you in the UK gets, yeah, they do, but they get a lot more kits a lot sooner overseas because these are all coming from overseas. The DeAgostini, I believe, used to be based out of used to be and may still be based out of Italy. Some of the stuff is coming from France. It's just, we're just lucky to be able to get involved. I usually don't, but I love the Terminator. My Terminator, I have all the parts. I just have never finished him. So what? You can't leave, Kenny. We'll just shut down the stream if you leave. No, we won't. I'm having a good time. Okay, power generator. So right now, I no longer need the ship itself. I can slide it back sometime between now and next stream, next week, because I'm streaming the X-Wing until it's done. I will glue these lights up inside of here, figure out how to run these, run the wiring for the cockpit, figure out how to run power out for this, because I want to actually try and hit close to the same, if I can, power supply. Matter of fact, just because I've got it here, let's see. You are absolutely right. I love the Iron Man. It is fantastic. Also got the Route Master, which I'm waiting on the second issue. I want to get 3 or 4 issues of the Route Master before I start on it. So I don't know if you guys can see that a light just came on there. Not leaving now. On the phone. Kelly can drive. Let's see. Hate Panda. Fold out instructions. There can only be one. Good movie. Okay, so now let me lift this up. I love those engines. I really do. I figured since I have the board in there, I would fire up the engines. And while I'm at it, let me set this back down. Some of you guys have never seen this. This is a really nice aftermarket board. It's unfortunate that I screwed up the cockpit. I dropped it. Okay, so there's that. My power supply is now going, whoo. And it is actually cool because I can run this on the same voltage that I run the rest of the X-Wing on. So there. Echo, turn off patio. Echo, turn off patio. Thank you. Cockpit lights up a lot. Love this kit. I love the aftermarket. This is from Falcon 3D parts. Gus is fantastic. As a matter of fact, I had one of my engines go out and he replaced it for free. Echo, turn on patio. They are fantastic engines. I love them. Cool, bud. Gonna have all your pegboard up. So I will tell you guys, I'm going to eventually play with the pots on here, and I'm going to put the engines back to purple, which I had them at one time. Played with them on a couple of streams ago. And while we're at it, so eventually, I'm not going to get all the wires set through. But eventually, this will slide in here. To be able to do that, I'm going to have to actually run wires. But this will go in here. Cockpit will go in here. So there is about the size of the ship. Go ahead. Shout Echo all you want. Addressable LEDs are really cool. So, does anybody else have an Alexa out there? Okay, so what was it? That was issue 77, a long issue too. Actually took a little bit longer than I expected. So issue 83, no. Did I put these in here backwards? Should I do that, bud? I can do that. 78. I'm not wearing headphones right now on the weekend streams. I do wear headphones, so it won't work when we're all together. Although for the New Year's thing, speaking of which, anybody who is a member of HLI and if you have not joined the Discord, I'll let you know what we have a thing going on this weekend. And if you're not a member of HLI, you can join. This weekend, or not this weekend, New Year's Eve, we're going to do something new. We're going to be people are going to be jumping on and off of the Discord. And let me switch cameras to the right one. People will be getting on and off of the Discord as we feel like it all day on, starting probably about 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon on New Year's, on through New Year's Eve, through the end of the evening, on through the New Year's, basically. Nice meeting you too, Gizmo. Glad you stopped by. Have a great evening and take care of yourself. But yeah, anybody who wants can join in. It's all you got to do is download Discord. Click the link to Discord on Hobby Link International, and then join at will, either the voice or the video channel. Doesn't matter. Nobody's going to actually be streaming this like we do the Sunday stream because it's just be too long. But it's just a new novel thing to try and do. I appreciate that, Gizmo. So, on to the power generator. Actually, I'm impressed Issue 77, I expected to take like 10 minutes. It took an hour and 10 minutes. So we've got the power generators, and there are no screws in this. So these all just kind of push together, which these two were already. Let's see. So the power converters, there are some subtle differences between them. All but one are identical, so lay them out with the short pins. So there's 5 power converters. And this one has a short pin. The rest of them are identical. And they just all get stacked on top of one another. Nice little click there as it locked in. Let's see. Wish me luck. Kenny is starting to propel the Jeep forward. Good luck, Kenny. Hopefully you make it back. Hopefully you aren't in the front of it, Kenny. Yeah, absolutely. Hopefully you're inside. Long gas pedal, short one brake, Kelly. I see. He did pick these up at Tashi Station, I believe. So these all go on like this, and then the last one with the short pegs plugs in to here. This, by the way, guys, this is a part of the build that, we all do it. You put this stuff in because even though you'll never see it, you'll know it's there. Anybody who watched my from when I started streaming the X-Wing will know that I did that when I put the LEDs in the engines, that I ripped out all that stuff that you'll know is there that you couldn't see anymore. Thanks, Kenny, for killing that bot. Okay, then the power generator. Nice coil. 2 pins on the bottom. And it looks, my guess is it's not on this page. It'll plug into there. And I was right. Match up the pins as hole. Press the generator in place so it's flush. And the picture shows it on it like this, with where it ends on the right side as I'm facing the part right now. So it'll go on here like that. Pipes on the sprue are numbered according to the position they fit. Oh, that's cool. These all plug in here into these holes, and I can see the numbers. I wonder, you can almost see the writing, the numbers. There you go. That's about the best focus I'm going to get, but you can see there's numbers in there, and that's where each one of these pipes plugs in. Kenny beat you by half a second. That's okay. You guys were both not here earlier when I had to get one myself. And those of you guys, if you guys don't know what's going on, Kenny made me and Spence administrators on his streams to take care of the bots. I did the same for them on my stream. That way I can just continue to build, unless like earlier when they weren't here. So now this is pipe 1. Clip it off the sprue. And it plugs into hole 1, which is hang on. If I can find them. Let me get my cheaters because I can almost get it, but the reflection of the copper is just enough to screw with my vision. Okay, so one. Okay, so it goes one. Goes 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so it's a left to right, not around the circle. I thought it would be around the circle. So the first one goes in, I believe, like this. Yes, because it will then plug into. They didn't tell me to make sure of that. At least I don't think they did. Let me look. Just because they did. They told me to watch the holes on the power converters. Of course, I didn't read that. So now I've got to pull this top one back off. Because in each of the power converters, there's a hole. They need to be facing the front. I had this one facing that way. So now, put that back on.
12 minutes, starting now.
And you can see the holes there. And the holes there. So that this will now plug into hole 1 in the copper coil. And number 1 plugs into the second one from the top here. So it runs like that. Kind of cool. Wow. Wow, that must be getting popular. I'm getting hit with bots. So let me see. This one is number 2. Hang on a second, guys. Let me push this door a little bit closed. I don't know how much the microphone was picking up, but I don't think a discussion between my grandson and my wife need to go out on the internet. And one of the dogs is like, "What happened, Dad? Can I come in?" So number 2, go here, go into the second hole here, and into the second converter. So what you've got is the first 2 up here going into the first 2 or second stack here. Cool. Let's go into ShopRite. On to number 3. I hate black on black, but it makes it very difficult for me to see. I've got older eyes. 3 goes to the top on this side. 3 is on the, as I'm facing it, left-hand side, right below number 1. Get it to go in there. Actually, that would help if I was plugging it in the right way. So, and then in the power converter, and as it's going right now, there. That one's number 3. Goes to the top here. And these are actually snug enough that I'm not going to have to glue them. It was Jalen. I thought it might. We all thought it might. Just Sandy's still in the hospital. Oh, man. Doc said she could come home first week of January. She does not have or had COVID, some kind of infection of the heart. Well, Bud, shout out to Sandy. Matter of fact, on the stream, let me see. Let me maximize this over here. So, Bud, show Sandy on the stream, and it's kind of funny because it's the same time as last time. 1 hour and 31 minutes in. But just remember that, and have her bring your phone to her and say, hey, so I can say, hey, Sandy, we're all pulling for you. Sorry that you're sick in the hospital right now. Please get better. And we're hoping to see you back home soon. So I hope you get better, like I said. And let her know, Bud. Show her the video. Okay, back to that. And it is good news that she will be coming out and she's not got COVID. Got 2020 close-up readers. I did actually Sci-Fi Model Shop. What I did was I changed, and Ron, that's your name. What I did is I actually got transitions that I have like 3 different prescriptions on the same lens. Took a little bit of getting used to, but it is awesome never having to change my lens or my glasses. Yes, and Kenny, I'm down to 1 Coke. If I decide to have a second drink tonight, I'll need another. You need some Coke if you could. And you deliver to Illinois, right? So number 4 is going to do the same thing. It's going to go from the slot here on the top, or from the hole here on the top. Step over number 2, plug into the top power converter. If I can get it to go in there. I haven't had to do things like this on the X-Wing for a long time. So there's 4. Where is number 5? 5 is up here. And this is 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's see, 9, 10 here, and 11 and 12 will actually go out from the power converters. So this was number 5. Number 5 goes down to the one below the first one. So there's number 5 in place. Eyes are too messed up. That's kind of strange because I was working with 2 prescriptions. I've had eye doc tell me before that I could almost go with trifocals. Speed builds are making you nutty. Speed builds making you nutty. You chose a relatively easy one. I have a full-on one model that I'm doing for the speed build that it would usually take me months to do. But I am having a blast at it because it's telling me really a lot of times I'm just procrastinating all the time. Hot wings. Ah, love hot wings. So see you at Sci-Fi Model Shop. Or yeah, perfectionist like you. I'm a bit of a perfectionist on my builds too, Jalen. That's why they take so long. Until well, unless it's something like these, with the amount I spend on these part works, I am not going to put a whole lot into aftermarket. That's insane. I already put too much. Oh, okay. I was like, where does 7 go? So 7 and 8 do something a little bit different. There's this D-shaped hole here. They come down through the D-shaped hole. So let me put 7 in here. I actually put it through the D-shaped hole first, if it will go. Oh, actually, they do not go through the hole. They go to the hole. Which means there's going to be a part later on, having done these a number of times, there's going to be a part that goes in here that these two are going to plug into. Apparently dinner is getting close to being done. And I don't know what's for dinner. And I don't think Kelly knows what's. Maybe Kelly, do you know what's for dinner? Okay, so there's those two plugged in there. 9 and 10. Soup. So number 9 and 10. 9 plugs in here. Actually, that's kind of interesting. Let me see. Yeah, looking at the picture. Nine actually slides underneath number. And 9 slides in here completely under number 5. So 9 should have been done before number 5, I think. I'm going to take number 5 back out so I can get number 9 in there. And 9 actually goes underneath number 7 as well. So there's 9. So there's what 9 does. And you can see 5 and 7 are now empty. So let me pop number 5 back in there. Maybe. And it was kind of funny because on the engines where there was a lot of this work like this, I actually had to cut some pieces and because I was building it wrong. Again, parts that you'll never see. 9 just popped out. So it didn't matter that I built them wrong and ended up, short changing myself on the parts. But I kind of like it when they fit right. So now 7 goes up over top of 9 as well. See if I can get 7 to go back in and be more where it's supposed to be. So 7, or actually this is 9, 7, 5. Those 3 I just did. Hey, pot. If it's not driving me crazy, I'm doing it wrong. But I'm not. It's not driving me crazy. Thanks, Kenny. I was about to go after it myself. And it says that parts 7 and 8 just loosely fit in there. Let me see. Yep. Before I even start, let me pull part 8 back out, part 6 back out, because they need to go under or over top of part 11 or part 10. Yes, it's a Russian bot. There's a little bit of a burr right there. So number 10, I'm about to put it in backwards. Number 10 goes under here. So number 10 runs like this, runs from the coil down to the second from the bottom. We put number 6 back in there. Again, probably need the tweezers to get it back in. Number 2 is not playing nice, it came loose. And then number 8 comes back out and goes to the D-shaped hole. And said D-shaped hole, according to the instructions, is where the hyperdrive unit will be installed for in the next stage. So that's all of them except for the last 2. That's 1 through 10. And I almost forgot 11 and 12. So 11. And these 2 actually fit into the bottom 2 of the power converters from Tashi Station. And they plug into, there's a hole up here towards, let me see, there. These holes on the top is where that little hook plugs into. So it plugs in there, falls out because I don't have it under control. So let me try it this way. We'll plug it in the back here first. This one might actually end up being one I have to glue. So get in there. Oh, should be able to. Yeah, there we go. And it's friction fit because it's a little bit of tension on it to get it to plug in there. And so let me do number 12. Another one? Let's see. Bots when Kelly is doing all the other work. Yeah, you should be able to get them all. On the way home. Well, drive safe. Tell Kelly to drive safe. We need you guys both still around. and do the same thing using the tweezers. Get that in there. Come on. There we go. That's in there. That one actually might be too loose. There, that's better. So, there is the, let's see. What was this thing called? Oh, that's the power generator. All the cables. And you see all the power converters all have one head. Saw this actually on camera myself. This bottom one, no wonder the X-Wing's going to crash. This bottom one is pulled out. Now it's pulled out on the front as well. See if I can get it back in there. It's not going to do it. It's funny because it won't. I have to get it in there with the tweezers. Otherwise, it won't stay. It won't fit. Again, it's funny because this is all detail that you'll never see again. So now that one's plugged in where it's supposed to be. I think. Is it out again? No, it's not. It just looks like it. I think. No, it's not. So that is the end of stage 78. And I have a chunk of black sprue. Oh, I thought it was the. Oh, wow. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm on the wrong page. Never mind. So that's the end of stage 78. There's stage 79. Look. I have the wrong one on top. Stage 79 parts. R2, that thing's broken loose again. So cool how the movies actually tend to fall into being to working with the build. So let me separate those two because I'm sure they're separate stages or separate pages on where they get loaded or get installed. Okay, cooling system mount. Right and left heat exchangers. Top vent. Oh, this is the vent from the top of your water heater. Left hyperdrive, right hyperdrive, jet mount. There's left and right hyperdrive jet mount, transfer chamber. I move the top vent over here where it is on the picture. Transfer pipe, connecting pipes. Okay, so assembling the cooling system. Without all the components provided at this time. Take the cooling mount here. And it slides down on top of here like so. Let me see. Yeah. So there's a slot here, tab on either side. The cooling mount slides down. And it does not need glue because it is tight enough. Hey, Sluggo, welcome. Welcome to the stream. Glad you're here. Not sure Eric's still here again, but welcome to the stream. Glad you made it. Working on the power converter, the generator, hyper generator. Just finishing up on the stage 7, or starting on stage 79 of the X-wing. Did 77 and 78. 77 took a long time, and the fix that I had for the wings is no longer working. So I'm just not going to open and close them anymore. X-wing, Sluggo. X-wing. Eric fell asleep. Eric usually falls asleep. Oops. Oh, and there is the X-wing as it stands now. This is not attached. Well, it's attached by wires. Frame for the nose, the cockpit. All of that you can see in the earlier parts of the video. Eric's watching Galaxy Quest again. Okay, so push that down on there. 2 halves of the transfer chamber. And basically lugs for the pins to go into, push together. I'm missing this. There we go. Actually, more importantly, I'm trying to put it together backwards. I had the front and back reversed on it. Push together. Nice mark where they cut the parts off the sprue. Hopefully that will go down somewhere where we won't see it. Press them together. Assembly should look like this. There's a D-shaped lug. There's a D-shaped lug on the bottom. And a hole on either side. Pipe here goes towards me. This goes down into the D-shaped hole. When I get those 2 pieces from last issue, and I'm going to just pull them completely out so that they're not in the way while I'm trying to put this in the D-shaped hole. It's actually fighting with me. Okay, so that's in there like that. And you see the hole there, the hole there. Fortunately, the boogered piece is not visible. And so now I'll put this back in here. This time, plugging the other end of the pipe, cable, plastic piece, whatever you want to call it, into the transfer chamber. So it looks like that, plugged in on that side. Do the same thing on the other side with this one. Just looking at the chat real quick, guys. I do not know why my computer decided to mute Discord, but I think it's funny because I used to have it bing all the time and now it doesn't bing at all. So that one's in. There's the other one in. Both sides are in now. Take the 2 halves of the right heat exchanger and the right transfer pipe. How do I know which is left and which is right? Let me see. Doesn't really say. 2 halves of the right heat exchanger. A1, A2, A2, A1. put this around the right way. Rotate this around. I'm matching this up to where it looks like the picture in the book, so I can actually tell if it's the left or right. And it doesn't, where it would be useful to have a left and right, it has, let's see, A1 on one side, A2 on the other one. So the heat exchanger, let me just look if they, there's a very slight difference. I believe this is the one for the right hand side. Ah, there we go. That actually has there's a square pin here, square socket there. So it slides in there like that. And that is the right one. At least I hope it is. Two pins line up, push this together. There's one. Line up the big hole in the heat exchanger with the right mounting lug. Ah, okay. So the big hole lines up with this mounting lug. Get my hand out of the way. This lug, big hole goes on there, and there's a little tab there that'll go into the slot here. So this will fit on here. The wrong way. So it's not the wrong, part's not on there the wrong way. I've got the wrong pipe on there. Although, just see. So I'm pushing this apart by pushing a paintbrush through, and it's opening the slots or the parts back up. Kind of. Very gently, do not cut the part. Very gently prying with the blade. Because it would be bad if I cut the part. So it's very close to coming apart. At least I know once I get it together correctly, it's never coming back apart. And I'm trying not to have this shoot pieces all over the room. So now that I know I've got the right one, you would think they would make something to a little bit better to differentiate them. Let's see. Looking at the chat. Next. Have that bug photo edge bending tool. Photo etch tool I have is actually from Paragraphics. Bug watching $40-something. And you know what? This ended up exactly the same way. Because this is the left-hand side. Yay, team. So let me pop this on here. Oh, actually, let me show you. Just slot right here for the tab right here. Tab here goes on down on here. Exactly what I was talking about before, but trying to do it on the wrong side. It's pretty sneaky. They made it foolproof. So I'm just doing the exact same thing on the right side. Is cat typing for you? What a Christmas present. The X-Wing? X-Wing I've been working on for a couple of years, Levo. It's a part work build and takes forever to build. I want to say actually I've been working on this for about 3 years. Maybe a little bit longer. Okay. Trying to get that tab in there. Of course I can't see it. No, it was in. Okay. So that's got those on there. Press the heat exchanger down, getting the end of the pipe. Here, press the tabs to the heat. So everything I just did was both of these pages. Yeah, I messed up because it was foolproof and I didn't think it was. It's gonna buy bug look nice. I actually use for most of my photo etch bending needle or plot or tweezers because I actually build the metal earth sometimes as well. So now take the left and right connecting pipes. Is there actually a difference on these? There is a difference on these. Yay. I think I've got them backwards. Let me see, because these connecting pipes run from the holes here into holes in here. That's funny, Jalen. That's what cats are for, though, right? Aren't they supposed to get in the way? So it goes. There's two holes here, and it goes into the first one. But this is the left one. Let's see if I can actually get it to push in there. Grab it with the tweezers instead. Actually, let me try the other one first. Just because. I don't know why. I just feel like it might be a little bit easier. So in the hole back there. Let go of it and it drops the whole thing. Drops right out. It's rolling over. Let me try it the other way. Try putting this tip down. Okay, now that that's in and I'm holding it down, I should be able to work this one over. hopefully not break it. Once it's in there, it's in there. There. Took a little bit of effort, but it is friction fit and it is tight in there. It's not coming loose. Yeah, pair of flat nose flat pliers from the hobby shop, lots cheaper. Yes, absolutely. And by the way, I did pick up the because I do the metal earth. I did pick up metal earth pliers, needle nose pliers. These are probably just as good, if not better. What's good 18 by good 18 by 24? Kenny can probably tell you where to get a pink one. Mark said that. That's cool. I've gotten mine from Hobby Lobby. I've gotten them from my cutting mats. I've gotten them from Hobby Lobby, Joann's, Amazon, Model Expo online. Just look around. They're everywhere. The key thing is finding them that are not overpriced, because a lot of them are very overpriced. So let me slide that in there. And that's got that one in there. Once I figured out how they work, got them in there pretty quick. Press that down flat. Line up the top vent like this. Okay. Right down here, in here, there's a slot, and there's a tab on the top vent right here. So it says to line it up this way, and it will push down. Oh, okay. There's another tab here, right there, at my fingernail. That will go into that slot in this cylinder here. So it goes in here like so. Hopefully it's not really, no, snapped in there pretty easy. And so that's got that like that. And you see the pipe coming out of here. That's the top vent. I guess that's where plasma shoots out and sprays you in the face. And then take the parts from the hyperjet drive jet mount, and on these at least you can see that there's a left and right because of the rounded edge on the top there. These, on the other hand, they do have a 1 and a 2 on them. 1 on the left corner, the 2 on the right corner. But it doesn't say which is which. And they actually are identical. They literally are. I don't see any difference between them, so I'm going to just push them on. I'm going to put 1 on the right hand side and the 2 onto the left hand side. And it does not say where these go. However, being the smart guy I am and having done bunches of these, it's not that it can't go on yet. It doesn't need to go on yet. I'm just looking. It needs not to go on yet because there's still another pipe to come in here. But eventually, and I'm not going to push them down, eventually they'll slot in there like that. And so there's the start of the hyperdrive engine to go along with the power generation. And it's funny, even the zoomed in picture doesn't show the 1 and the 2. So let me see. I'm reading the chat real quick, guys. That's pink one. Micro mark cutting mat. And we're going to actually end it there because it's 8 o'clock, but I'm going to finish reading through the chat. Sewing aisle, yes, that, you know, I will tell you it, like Joann's, they're very expensive. Walmart, Michael's, Hobby Lobby probably carries them. Just want one that's good. All of them are good, Sluggo. The problem is that, you know, you spill stuff, like on mine. You spill stuff on it, you glue on it. You know, it really, that's what it's for. Let's see. None that I know of repel super glue. Mine always gets gummed up with it. Yeah, they do. And anyway, what, Donnie? Did you wait? Thanks, Sluggo. Not the end. Yes, it's the end. It's 2 hours. So, actually, Sluggo, another thing you can look for if you want something that kind of repels super glue is a tempered glass to put on your board, on your desk. I have one underneath my blue mat here. I have one actually under both of them. It's just that it reflects really bad on the lights when I do streams. Let's see. No turning the hat into a glue bomb. We'll turn Eric into a glue bomb. Now start the Enterprise. I don't have any parts for the Enterprise D. Yeah, glass cutting board, you know, anything like that. For PE especially, because the thing about the glass is that all you need then is a razor blade, just a, you know, single edged razor blade, and you can scrape anything that gets on the glass off. If I wasn't streaming, or if it didn't reflect so bad, or, you know, so in other words, if I ever get smart and do like Kenny does and put lights behind me instead of directly over, I can go back to this cutting board being underneath the glass because I love the glass. I love cutting on the glass. Hang on, what did Mark say? Mark had a good idea. Your only friend to the end. So I had a good time tonight, guys. Didn't get 4 like I usually do. Got only 3 stages, but they were actually relatively relaxing and kind of a nice break from madly building an airplane. Big tile and do the same thing. Yep. Matter of fact, because I have the mat on here, this is my tile for cutting photo etch. So, like I was saying, had a good time. Appreciate you guys stopping by. If you are not a member of, or if you enjoy content like this, stop by HobbyLink International. It's a great site. All kinds of modelers over there. Great bunch of guys and gals that will help you with anything, any modeling needs you have. If you have questions, or if you just enjoy looking at models as they're being built or are fully built, or after the build is done. And appreciate it if you'd like and subscribe. If not, if you don't feel like it, that's fine too. I do this for you guys. I have a good time with it. And I will see you guys Sunday for the live stream, you know, the HLI live stream. And then next Tuesday, more X-Wing. And if you stop by HLI and you join, get onto the Discord, we're doing a all-night stream, not really stream, but an all-night group chat type of thing on the Discord over there, you know, for the New Year's. So at that, I want to end it. Have a great night. Hope you had a great Christmas. Have a very happy New Year. Stay safe out there, and I will talk to you later.